After many a years being crammed into the basement of my house, UFD Tech has finally re-expanded into our own brand new office. If you've been a longtime viewer of this channel, you'll know that this isn't the first time that we've expanded like this. We got our first real production office back in 2019 in Pretoria, but the events of life unfolded with my son's disease and we had to shrink down and just survive for a while. But now we're here in our own studio again. But one of the benefits of working from my home was I was kind of always there to clean up the messes that happened. All my life and cleaning supplies were right upstairs, but we're starting fresh here with no supplies, no cleaning crew to help us out, and that's why I'm excited to tell you about today's video sponsor, EUFY, and their S1 Pro, the world's first and best floor washing robot vacuum. This will allow me to make sure that the office stays clean and automate at least a portion of the cleaning duties. Kyler's dirty pizza plates still won't automatically clean themselves, unfortunately. There's been a long road for us to get to this office, and there's been a long road to get to the tech that's packed into the S1 Pro as well. The first robot vacuum launched in '96. In 2010, they got laser navigation. In 2015, we got a robot mopper. But here in 2024, EUFY's combined a lot of those advancements together to create a comprehensive solution that can both keep this office squeaky, but also minimize the amount of effort I have to put into it. So if you got the vacuum parts that has 8,000 pascals of suction power to make sure that Kyler's pizza crumbs come out of the carpet or off the hardwood downstairs, that alongside its detangling brush means that there's less manual maintenance trying to get his thick hair out of this robot. And thanks to its sleek square design, it allows it to better reach tougher areas, including edges and 90-degree corners, so that even the nooks behind our PC stations have been reached. And the 2.5-liter dust bag gives us about 2 months before we have to swap the bag out here on the 10-in-1 Uniclean station. Maybe a bit more after our upcoming charity stream next week, but mostly it's gonna be fine. And then thanks to its 3D matrix eye tech with both infrared and RGB cameras, it's able to clean around things like random PCs that we leave lying in the middle of the floor, or even our tripods and filming equipment. But since it's only 3.78 inches tall, it can fit under some tight spots like sofas or beds, but we don't have too many of those here. The DTOF LiDAR allows it to create a real-time 3D map of everywhere in the office, so that more permanent fixtures like our new benchmarking set is mapped properly. And it can even map multiple floors, which is super helpful for us because we've got a filming floor here and then a working floor downstairs, because when people are doing this up here, it doesn't sound so good down there. And then if we don't want it to touch certain things, like this filming set, we can even create no-go zones in the app. But robot vacuums are all over. The reason I specifically asked EUFY to provide us with the S1 Pro is thanks to its mopping tech. This is where things get really helpful. We've got a ton of hardwood in this new office, and you can kind of hear it based on the reverb. And so the mop will come in plenty handy. Firstly, it ozonates the water that helps with disinfection and making sure the floors get cleaner, not just visibly, but by reducing germs. Then it automatically dispenses the proper amount of detergent needed to get the floor clean, at which point it uses its always clean 11.4-inch mop to spin at 170 RPM to exert up to 1 kilogram of pressure on the floor to get rid of Kyler's Diet Dr. Pete stains that he left all over the kitchen. At which point that mopped up soda syrup will make its way into the dirty water reservoir, making sure only clean water is hitting the rest of the floor. And then when it returns to the Uniclean station, the mop gets cleaned itself with the ozonated water and detergent. And then it gets dried at 55 degrees Celsius to reduce smells and mold buildup. I'm honestly so psyched I don't have to constantly be taking out the mop part and making sure I'm washing it and drying it after every single use, because at that point, I probably should just be mopping the floor myself. But wait, there's more. We don't just have hardwood in the office. We also have some carpeted rooms that sound way better thanks to the sound dampening of the carpet. And the S1 Pro can also handle this since it's able to retract the mop by 1/2 inch, good for medium to short pile carpets, to make sure you're not moistening the carpet fibers when you're trying to get stuff clean. And with its up to 3.6 hours of runtime, it's so simple for us to set this thing to run after our time is done here in the office, and it can get the entire upstairs done by the time we get back ready to film the next day. At this point, there's not much more to show you of our new office. We have this filming area, a large open section that the S1 S1 Pro is gonna rip right through. Multiple rooms that we have not enough stuff to fill up, our streaming command center, and a couple of Helix sleep beds for Reece and Cat since they're joining us for our charity stream. Again, that's happening next week. I love this thing so much for the office that I really want to put one back at my house. The EUFY S1 Pro is making this move a lot easier thanks to the fact that I have it helping me keep things clean around here. Especially once I'm back home taking care of my family, I know that it's here taking care of the office. Thanks to EUFY again for sponsoring today's video. You can be sure to check out the S1 Pro at the link in the video description.